So the topic is divine eyes to see the Lord. So let us start with the prayers based on teachings of Srila Prabhupada, Bhagavad Gita as it is. All of you can recite the prayers. Namah Vishnu Padaya.
Namah Om Vishnu Padaya.
Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale.
Krishna Prestaya Bhutale.
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta.
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Swamin iti namine.
Swamy iti namine.
Namaste Saraswate Deve.
Namaste Saraswati Devi.
Gauravani Pracharine.
Gauravani Pracharane.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi.
Paschatya Deshatarine.
Pachatya Desatarine.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jaya Sri Krishna
Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Advaita Gadadara.
Sri Advaita Gadadara.
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Sri Vasade Gaura Bhakta.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
So we'll start with the 6th verse. All of you can recite this verse. Pashyadityan Vasun Rudran.
Asyaadityan Vasum Rudran.
Ashvino Marutastata.
Svino Marustataha.
Bahuni Adrushta Purvani.
Ahoni Adrushta Purvani.
Paschascharyani Bharata.
Paschascharyaani Bharata.
Pashyadityan Vasun Rudran.
Asyaadityan Vasum Rudran.
Ashvino Marutastata.
Marutastata.
Bahuni Adrushta Purvani.
Ahoni Adrushta Purvani.
Paschascharyani Bharata.
Paschascharyaani Bharata.
So now Krishna is explaining what and all he can see in that form of the Lord. Pashya Adityan, you will be able to see the Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwino, Maruta, Tata. Bahuni Adrushta Purvani, all these many that you want. Adrushta Purvani means that you have not heard or seen before. Drustaha means see, Adrushtaha means that which is not seen or heard before, Purvani. Pashya Ashyaryani Bharata, and you will be able to see all the wonderful things, oh my dear Arjuna. So, oh best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Rudras, and all the demigods. Behold the many things which no one has ever seen or heard before. Bahuni Adrushta Purvani, Pashya Ashyaryani. Adrushta, Pashya Ashyaryani, because these two words have been emphasized here. So Prabhupada says in that purport, even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it is still not possible for him to know everything about Krishna. So can we know everything about Krishna? Even those who are very close to Krishna are not able to understand, then what to speak of others? So humans have neither heard or known of all these forms and manifestations. So Krishna is going to show that things which we have never heard or seen before. Like in one lecture, Prabhupada talks about his subject. Pashyadityan Vasun Rudran Ashwino Marutastata. Now, first of all, he is saying that Adityan, plural number, not one. Aditya means 12 people. They are all sons of Aditi. Yes, Adityan. So here they cannot estimate the influence of one Aditya. And here he is showing all the Adityas. So that's why he is called as Yogeshwara. One son only we are not able to see. If there are 12 sons at one place, then how much influence it would be upon their person. So that is being communicated here. Next verse, all of you can recite. Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam.
Jagat Krishnam.
Pasyadyasa characharam. Mama dehe gudakesha.
Gudakesha.
Yachanya drashtumichasi. Ihaikastam jagat krishnam.
Ekastam Jagat Krishnam.
Pasyadyasa characharam.
Pasyadyasa.
Mama dehe gudakesha.
Gudakesha.
Yachanya drashtumichasi. So Krishna is saying, Iha ekastam jagat krishnam. From here, one place, Iha ekastam, sitting in this one situation, jagat krishnam, you will be able to perceive the entire universe. Pashya adya sa chara acharam. And you will be able to see all moving and non-moving things. And where will you be able to see? Mama dehe gudakesha. Oh Arjuna, you will be able to perceive this everything within my body. Yakcha anya drashtum ichasi. And what if you have desire to watch anything else, please, that also you will be able to see here. So Krishna is saying, whatever you wish to see can be seen all at once in this body. Mama dehe ihaikastam. This universal form can show all that you now desire. Jagat Krishnam, as well as whatever you may desire in the future. Yakcha anya drashtum ichasi. So everything is here completely. So Krishnam means complete. Sachara acharam, it complete means with moving and non-moving living entities, everything Krishna is going to show within his body, that universal form. What now Arjuna wants to see? See, there are two things what Krishna is saying here. These two words. What you want to see now, what you want to see the future, means what will be the outcome of the war, even if Arjuna doesn't fight. What will be the result of the war? Krishna is going to show the future of this war. Means the result of this war, Krishna is going to show to Arjuna. So how Arjuna was able to see everything? So no one can see the entire universe sitting in one place. So therefore, Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. So by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything. So like generally, the most advanced scientists cannot see what is going on in other part of the universe. So this is that divine eyes what Krishna is going to present to Arjuna, by which he is able to see everything what he wants as currently or what is going to happen in the future also within the body of Krishna. So Prabhupada explains this in one lecture. So Prabhupada, this is, you can mama dehe, though the so-called incarnations of God, they cannot show in their body all these things. They must be accepted by the Shastra that he is an avatara. So otherwise, why so cheap avatara we shall accept? Prabhupada, Krishna means all, complete. Prabhupada, yes. So that means there are innumerable universes and that was exhibited by Krishna in his boyhood. Prabhupada, what the modern scientists will say, that all the universes were shown in the body of Krishna. So what is, I mean to say, is what is called as a reaction of the modern scientists. Say devotee, they don't believe, Dr. Patel. Even they are now trying to find out stars further and further, which are bigger and bigger. Prabhupada, they cannot see even one universe. Here it is said, all the universes and innumerable universes. Devotee, their reaction is simply because it is stated in Bhagavad Gita does not mean it actually happened. Prabhupada, no, happened or not happened, but you have no estimation. Even one universe, you cannot say like that because you are still a fool. Even though it did not happen in the body of Krishna, but you have no estimation, you cannot know what is the sun god or sun planet or moon planet. You cannot go there. So what is the value of your knowledge? If the statement of Bhagavad Gita has no meaning, then what is the meaning of your scientific knowledge? You are not perfect. So how can you say, because you are imperfect, you cannot say against Bhagavad Gita, which is accepted by all the acharyas like Ramanuja, Madhvacharya, and so on. The Prabhupada was trying to emphasize, see, everything, even the modern scientists who are not able to project this one part of the universe, Krishna is saying innumerable things, what is going to happen, past, present, and future will be shown in this body. So this is one story of a devotee who stayed in Srirangam. His name is Willi Dasan. He was a wrestler by profession. So near Srirangam, Kaveri river used to pass. So there was one particular spot where the river used to form two beautiful whirlpools. So this wrestler was very much attracted by these whirlpools. So he used to wake up very early in the morning, finish his day-to-day activities, and he used to go to the river bank of Kaveri and keep gazing at the whirlpools. So people used to wonder what is there so special, beautiful about them. But he would never get tired of looking at the beauty of these two beautiful whirlpools. So there was one dancer living in the same place, and she was very beautiful. And people used to stare at her all the time when she was walking on the road. So one day when she came to the river bank and she saw the wrestler gazing at that whirlpools, she was very surprised. She was surprised as how a man could ignore her and look at something else at her presence. So she went near the wrestler and tried to turn his attention towards her, and she failed. So next day she dressed herself especially to attract the wrestler, and she went to the river bank. She forcefully turned the wrestler's face and made him look into her eyes. The wrestler could not believe his eyes. He was looking at the two beautiful eyes of a woman which were more beautiful than that whirlpools. He could not take eyes of that beautiful woman at all from her eyes. So from that day, he used to wake up early in the morning, finish his day-to-day activities, and started sitting in front of the dancer. And he used to simply gaze at her beautiful eyes. When she had to go out on some business, he used to walk in front of her, facing her with his back towards the road, carrying an umbrella. So finally, he became her slave. One day when the dancer and the wrestlers were on the river bank, at the same time, Swami Ramanujacharya also came to the river bank. He saw a young, handsome wrestler sitting at the foot of a beautiful woman and simply gazing at her, and people were laughing at him. So Ramanujacharya asked the people about what it is all about. Then he came to know about that obsession of that wrestler, and he was very surprised. So he went towards that wrestler and asked him, what was so beautiful about the woman's eyes? This question annoyed the wrestler, and he told Ramanujacharya that if he showed him anything more beautiful than the woman's beautiful eyes, he would devote his whole life to that beauty. So Ramanujacharya took that wrestler into the Srirangam temple. So there he took in front of the Ranganatha deity. Actually, this temple is also called as Bhu Vaikuntham. So there was a huge deity, almost like 12 to 15 feet, Lord Ranganatha lying down with one of these arms resting under his head. He was also called as Ananta Shayana. So Ramanujacharya asked the wrestler to look into the eyes of Lord Ranganatha. That moment, a great change happened within the wrestler. He became enchanted by the beauty of the Lord's eyes. So much so that he became the disciple of Swami Ramanujacharya. And he became initiated, and he was known as Dhanur Dasa. He did services to Lord Ranganatha without even sleeping at nights. So he was also called as Uranga Villi, meaning Villi who never sleeps. Like how Gudakesha means one who has conquered sleep. So here it is mentioned as Arjuna who has conquered sleep. Similarly, Ramanujacharya, by his divine mercy, the wrestler was able to got attracted to the divine eyes of Lord Ranganatha, and his entire life changed from then onwards. So that view to see the Lord can be activated only by the Lord or by his devotee. The same perspective in this verse we'll be able to see. All of you can recite this verse. Natumam sakyase drastum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadamite chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram natumam sakyase drastum
Natumam sakyase darshutam
Anenaiva swachakshusha
Anenaiva
Swachakshusha
divyam dadami te chakshuhu
Divyam
Dadami te chakshuः
pashyame yogamaishwaram.
Pasyame
Yogameshwaram.
So Krishna is saying, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. Natumam sakyase drastum anenaiva swachakshusha. Therefore, I give you divyam dadamite chakshuhu, the divine eyes, pashyame yogam aishwaram, by which you will be able to behold my mystic opulence. See the word yogam aishwaram. So this is the one what he is going to perceive in his divine universal form. This yogam aishwaram which is going to be repeated further, you will be able to understand what is this yoga maheshwaram. So Prabhupada answers in that purport. So what is the need of this divine vision? A pure devotee does not like to Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. A devotee must see his universal form by his grace and not with the mind but with the spiritual eyes. To see universal form of Krishna, Arjuna is told not to change his mind, but his vision. Because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. The Lord gave Arjuna the divine necessary power so that the universal form to see, because he knew Arjuna did not particularly want to see it. In some places, Prabhupada also writes, devotees correctly situated in transcendental relationship with Krishna are attracted by his loving features and not by a godless display of opulence. Like for example, the playmates of Krishna, the friends of Krishna and the parents of Krishna never want to see Krishna to show his opulences. Like one sloka where Shukdev Goswami says, Ittam satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradaivatena maya shutanam naradharakena shabdum vishakru kritapunya punya. The boys were so much attached to Krishna that they were able to play with him on an equal level. How it is possible? Kritapunya punya, because of their so many pious activities, so much devotional perspective which they had performed over many millions of lifetimes, that they were able to play with that Lord who is that, and they were able to enjoy that divine transcendental happiness, Brahma Sukha Anubhutya. So how do different people perceive Krishna? The Supreme Person is considered as impersonal Brahman by great sages, as a Supreme Personality by the devotees, and ordinary man as a product of this material nature. So seeing the Krishna itself, different people have different considerations. A similar example can be explained in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. When Krishna entered the arena during the Kamsa, before killing of the Kamsa, everybody had experienced different things. Jnanis could perceive him as a Brahman, the devotees as their Supreme Lord, the cowherd boys as their dear friend Krishna, Nanda and Yashoda as their dear son, and other devotees as the Supreme Lord, different perception for the same Krishna. Some see him as a young boy. So all these material considerations were there and spiritual perceptions were also there. So then if the pure devotee is not concerned to see Vishwarupa, why then Arjuna wanted to see it? Is there any specific reason for this? So Arjuna wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statement, so that in future people could understand Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as a supreme, but actually he is the Supreme Lord himself. So Arjuna must confirm this because Arjuna is the beginning of the Parampara system. On behalf of we people who are fallen in this age, so Arjuna is exhibiting his mercy upon all of us, so that we will be able to understand the divine position of Lord Krishna, Yoga Maheshwaram. In one purport, Prabhupada explains. The conception of the universal form of the Lord gives a chance to the materialist to think of the Supreme Lord. But the materialist must know for certain that this visualization of the world in a spirit of lording over is not God realization. The materialistic view of exploitation of the material resources is occasioned by the illusion of external energy of the Lord. And as such, if anyone wants to realize the supreme truth by conceiving of the universal form of the Lord, he must cultivate the service attitude. Unless the service attitude is revived, the conception of Virat realization will have very little effect on the sphere. So unless one comes to this platform of render service, only then they will be able to understand about the realization about the Lord.
Once upon a time, there was a small village by the river. Everyone lived happily and offered regular prayers at the village temple. Once, during the monsoon season, it rained heavily. The river started overflowing and flood entered the village. Everyone started to evacuate their homes and set out to go to the safe place. One man ran to the temple. He quickly went to the priest's room and told him, "The flood water has entered into our homes and it is rising quickly, and water also has started to enter the temple. We must leave the village, as in no time it will sink under the water. Everyone has to go out to the safer place, and you must come along." But the priest told the man, "I am not an atheist like you all, and I have full faith in God. I trust the God that he will come to save me. I will not leave the temple. You may go." And so the man left. Soon the water level started to rise and reached the waist height. The priest climbed on a desk. After a few minutes, a man with a boat came to rescue the priest. He told the priest, "I was told by the villagers that you are still inside the temple, so I have come to rescue you. Please, climb into the boat." But the priest again refused to leave, giving him the same reason. And so the boatman left. The water kept rising and reached the ceiling. So the priest climbed to the top of the temple. He kept praying to God to save him. Soon, a helicopter came, and they dropped a rope ladder for the priest and asked him to climb and get inside the helicopter so they could take him to the safer place. But the priest once again refused to leave, and again giving the same reason. So the helicopter left to search and help others. At last, when the temple nearly submerged under the water, the priest kept his head up and started complaining. "O Lord, I worshipped you all my life and kept my faith in you. Why didn't you come and save me?" Suddenly God appeared in front of him with a smile, and he said, "Oh, you mad man, I came to save you 3 times. I came running to you to ask you to leave for the safest place. I came with a boat. I came with a helicopter. What is my fault if you didn't recognize me?" The priest immediately realized his mistake and asked for forgiveness. He got his chance to go to the safe place one more time, which he accepted. You see, in life, in your life, do you believe in God? But do you recognize God? Do you recognize the signs that are sent for you? God sends you opportunities all the time. They come unknowingly, but sometimes we fail to grab the opportunities or to see the opportunities that life or God throws at us.
So Lord is ready to give all opportunities. Are we ready? That's the point here. The next verse, all of you can recite. Sanjaya Vacha Evam Uktva Tato Rajan Maha Yogeshwaro Harihi Darshayama Shaparthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Sanjaya Vacha Evam Uktva Tato Rajan Maha Yogeshwaro Harihi Darshayama Saparthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. So Sanjaya is saying, Evam Utva Tato Rajan, oh my dear king, Dhritarashtra, by saying this, Lord Krishna, Maha Yogeshwaro Harihi, the Supreme Lord who is Maha Yogeshwaraha, Darshaya Masa Partaya, showed him unto Arjuna, Paramam Rupam Aishwaram, that he is divine universal form with all the opulences, Aishwara. So Sanjaya said, O king, Rajan, speaking thus, Evam Uktva Tataha, the Supreme, the Lord of all mystic power, Maha Yogeshwaro Harihi, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna, Darshayamasa Partaya, Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. In one lecture, Prabhupada says, so this Virat Rupa is subordinate. Darshayamasa Hari. Hari is the Supreme and the Virat Rupa is a future. And not that Virat Rupa is original. So devotee, one of the features of the multiple features. Yes, Virat Rupa. The Mayavadis take the Virat Rupa is the origin and this Rupa Krishna, that is Maya. Therefore, they are called as Mayavadis. But actually, Hari manifested or exhibited. Then one more question. Just see, Sanjaya was speaking in the room to Dhritarashtra and he said, now he showed. This means that he was seeing. That is another television. That television unknown now. Santa Sadaiva Hrudayeshu. Premanjuna Churuta Bhakti Vilochanena. This is also television. The television machine is made within the heart. One can see everything provided he has learned the art how to see that television within the heart. Next, there are two verses. What and all. See, till now, what Krishna is going to show is one perspective. So, one is Arjuna's vision, other is Sanjaya's vision. Two things we are going to see. First, we are seeing is Sanjaya's vision. So, all of you can recite. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam.
Aneka Vaktra Nayanam.
Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam.
Aneka Darshanam.
Aneka Divyabaranam.
Aneka Divyabaranam.
Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudam.
Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudam.
Divya Malyambaradaram.
Divya Malyambaradaram.
Divya Gandhanu Lepanam.
Divya Gandhana Lepanam.
Sarvasharyamayam Devam.
Sarvasharyamayam Devam.
Anantam Vishwatomukam.
Anantam Vishwatomukam.
Once again. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam.
Aneka Vaktra Nayanam.
Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam.
Aneka Darshanam.
Aneka Divyabaranam.
Aneka Divyabaranam.
Divya Aneko Udyata Ayudam.
Divya Aneka Ayudam.
Divya Malyambaradaram.
Divya
Malyambaradaram.
Divya Gandhanu Lepanam.
Divya
Gandhana Lepanam.
Sarvasharyamayam Devam.
Sarvasharyamayam Devam.
Anantam Vishwatomukam.
Anantam
Vishwatomukam.
So Krishna, what is he showing? Sanjaya is explaining. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam. So many mouths, Aneka Vaktra. Nayanam, eyes. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam. And many wonderful forms, sights. Aneka Divya Baranam. So much divine jewelry. Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudam. There are upholded weapons on the various hands of the Lord. Divya Malya Ambaradaram. So various types of cloths and garlands. Divya Gandhanu Lepanam. Different types of scents which are decorated onto the body of the Lord. Sarva Ashcharya Mayam Devam. The all wonderful personality, all magnificent personality. Anantam Vishwatomukam. Expanding, unlimited, universal form as seen by Arjuna. So Arjuna saw in that universal form, unlimited mouths and unlimited eyes. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam. It was all wondrous. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam. The form was decorated with divine dazzling ornaments. Aneka Divya Abharanam. And arrayed in many garbs. Divya Aneka Udyata Ayudam. He was garlanded gloriously. Divya Malya Ambaradaram. And there were many scents smeared over his body. Divya Gandhanu Lepanam. All was magnificent. Sarvasharyamayam Devam. all expanding, unlimited, Anantam Vishwatomukam. This was seen by Arjuna. So these two verses indicate that there is no limit to the hands, mouths, and different senses of the body of the Lord. And by the grace of the Lord, Arjuna could see them while sitting in one place. So this is that inconceivable potential of the Lord. Aishwaryam, that Aishwarya Yoga. What is that word earlier we had used? Yogam Aishwaram. So this is that at one place, Arjuna was able to perceive everything. Like Prabhupada says, so even in the universal form, there is personality. Divya Malya, Divya Gandha, Kiritinaha, well dressed is not possible in the in-person. If you want to dress somebody, he must be a person. You cannot dress in the sky. Here is helmet, here is garland. Where you will put? So in the universal form is also there is personality. Next. Divya Surya Sahasrasya.
Divya Surya
Sahasrasya.
Bhavet Yugapat Uttita.
Bhavet Yugapat Uttita.
Yadi Ba Sadrishi Sasyad.
Yadi Sadrishi Sasyad.
Bhashastasya Mahatmanaha.
Bhashastasya Mahatmanaha.
Divi Surya Sahasrasya.
Divi Surya Sahasrasya.
Bhaved Yugapat Uttita.
Bhavet Yugapat Uttita.
Yadi Ba Sadrishi Sasyad.
Yadi Sadrishi Sasyad.
Bhashastasya Mahatmanaha.
Bhashastasya Mahatmanaha.
In that form, Krishna was showing Divi Surya Sahasrasya. There are thousands of suns. Bhaved Yugapat Uttita. If they have simultaneously arisen. So that was the effulgence, what was coming there. Yadiba Sadrishi Sasya. That light, which was very effulgence. Bhashastasya Mahatmanaha. That effulgence there is of that Lord is very wonderful. So if hundreds of thousands of suns rose at once into the sky, they might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. So much glare it was. That simultaneously, if 1,000 suns are there, that much glare it was. So Prabhupada says, Sanjaya is trying to give a mental picture of revelation to Dhritarashtra. So how Sanjaya was able to perceive? Because of the blessings of Vyasadeva, he was able to perceive what and all is happening there. So thus how he compares the situation as far as it could be understood to an imaginable phenomenon. Like Prabhupada in one lecture says. So there are so many lines. I will again. Aneka Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Upat Yutita. So this is the comparison now. That Divi in the sky, if there were thousands of suns at a time, then the brilliance of the Virat Rupa could be understood. So this is an example. So Dr. Patel, he saw everyone in him, Prabhupada in him, yes, then he got frightened, okay, then he. The varieties he is seeing, that is the vision of the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas also know that everything is one, but he sees the varieties. So last verse for today, all of you can recite. Tatraikastam Jagat Krishnam.
Tatraikastam
Jagat Krishnam.
Pravibhaktam Anekada.
Pravibhaktam Anekada.
Apashyad Deva Devasya.
Devasya.
Sharire Pandavastada. Tatraikastam Jagat Krishnam.
Tatraikastam Jagat Krishnam.
Pravibhaktam Anekada.
Pravibhaktam Anekada.
Apashyad Deva Devasya.
Devasya.
Sharire Pandavastada.
Pandavastada.
So it is said Tatra Ekastam Jagat Krishnam. So see the same point. Tatra Ekastam, sitting at that one place or standing at that one place. Jagat Krishnam, the entire universal form. Pravibhaktam Anekada. It is divided into many content, many parts. Apashyat Deva Devasya. He was able to see the Supreme Lord, Deva Devasya. Sharire Pandavastada. Arjuna was able to see within the Lord all these various universal form within the form of Krishna. So at that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Anekada, but tatra ekastam. Divided into various parts, tatra ekastam. In one place, he was able to see everything. So in the purport, Prabhupada explains, it indicates that both Arjuna and Krishna were sitting on the chariot when Arjuna saw the universal form. So others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave vision only to Arjuna. And what Arjuna was able to perceive within Krishna, many thousands of universes. So sitting on his chariot, Arjuna could see all these universes. But no one could understand what was going on between Arjuna and Krishna, the other people in the battlefield. So Prabhupada in one lecture says, Sarvascharyam, Sarvarhanam Archutecha. Simply by worshipping Krishna, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru. You can worship everyone. There is no need of separately worshipping the 5 devatas. There is no need. Translation. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Prabhupada, yes, although. Now, what is important? The many, many thousands universes divided into varieties of opulences. That is important, or Krishna is important? Dr. Patel, Krishna is important. Prabhupada, that's it. Dr. Patel, the whole thing was Ekam Shena Sthito Jagat. So that is being explained. So what Krishna has consolidated, that in a single fragment of myself, I pervade this entire universe. So that point is being enumerated in this chapter.
In 2003, I was about to join the temple in 15 days or 20 days. We went to book distribution program because it was a marathon time. And me and one our senior devotee, the senior devotees were leading. We had that food for life vehicles. They look like a temple. The front there will be seating space for 4 or 5 people, and back side there is a storage space. Akshay Patra vehicles, old. It was at that time food for life. So we packed up books, everything inside, and we were going to Raichur. From Bangalore to Raichur we were going. It was generally overnight journey, 8 hours journey. If you travel in Andhra Road, you have to come through Anantapur, and if you proceed in that, it was 8 hours journey. So we had a vehicle with Andhra permit, but we did not take that vehicle. We took some other vehicle which has no Andhra permit. So we had to go through Karnataka road only. So in the morning also we had not reached half distance. Roads were so horrible. And we had to cover a patch of 120 kilometers. And it took 4.5 hours for us to cover that 120 kilometers patch. The road was so horrible, means you can go only at 20-30 speed. So at around 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the evening, we landed up in some junction, some village. We were asking people how to go in which direction, because in a junction, which road to take up so that you will be able to go faster. So at that time, suddenly one person came and knocked on the door, the front door. So I was there and one more devotee was there, and we opened the door and he asked him, "Sir, I wanted one Bhagavad Gita." So we were wondering, there was no advertisement that this is an Akshay Patra vehicle, and there is no advertisement that it has Bhagavad Gita as well. So anyhow we stopped and we got down and we opened the thing and we gave one Bhagavad Gita to him. Then we started asking him, "How did you know that this vehicle is here and there is Bhagavad Gita inside it?" He said, "For last many days I was desiring to have a Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday night I had a dream that tomorrow so and so time vehicle will be coming there and standing. You go and knock the door, you will get Bhagavad Gita here." So we were wondering why Lord is taking us through this route and why we are wasting our time whole day. 6:30 we had reached the location where everything is closed. It was dark. We could not do preaching of doing book distribution. Lord said, "No, one sincere devotee is waiting. Go and give him first Bhagavad Gita, then you can do your duty later." So we think we are all doing. Then Lord is actually doing many things and all. That personal experience, susukum kartum avyayam. And by doing it you will enjoy and you will be able to experience the Lord's activities in your life. How He is molding, how He is directing, how He is communicating things so that you will be able to get connected to Him. You should be able to feel Him in your life. So this is what you will have, that connection. Through Prabhupada, faster things happen. Individually it will not happen. It may happen to a slower extent. But when we act on behalf of Prabhupada, miracles can be expected.
So kindly help me. This is my request. Print as many books in as many languages and distribute throughout the whole world. Then Krishna consciousness movement will automatically increase. So we have to simply take instruction from Guru, and if we execute that to our heart and soul, that is success. It is practical. I have no personal qualification, but I simply try to satisfy my Guru. That's all. My Guru Maharaj asked me that if you get some money, print books. Therefore I am stressing on this point. Where is book? Where is book? Where is
Where are you going?
I'm going for book distribution.
Are you excited?
Yes,
Why? Why excited about book distribution?
because I like it. I love doing book distribution, and then I want to make more people devotees.
Why do you like book distribution?
Because it's a very nice spiritual experience.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, Nanda Gopa Kumaraya, Govindaya Namo Namaha, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Nanda Gopa Kumara.
Print these 17 books.
fashionable books, then glow. However, we cannot hold up printing, that is not possible.
So, any doubts, please? So, thank you very much. If there are no doubts, again, next week we'll meet and we'll see the further expansion, further understanding as Arjuna experienced this universal form. Today we witnessed what Sanjaya had described. So, next week will be Arjuna's description of the universal form of the Lord. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare